Paper plays a crucial role in human life, not only as a medium for recording and storing information, but also as a fundamental material for many everyday activities. From books, newspapers, and magazines that provide knowledge and entertainment, to business documents, contracts, and invoices, paper plays a key role in the transmission and storage of information. Additionally, paper is the raw material for hygiene products, packaging, and various other creative products, significantly contributing to maintaining cleanliness and enhancing quality of life. In the field of education, paper is a basic tool for teachers to teach and students to learn. Moreover, paper carries cultural significance, seen in artworks, calligraphy, and other cultural heritage artifacts. For these reasons, paper has become an indispensable part of our daily lives. In today's video, we're going to explore the modern paper production process, starting from the extraction of raw materials with wood harvesting to the creation of a finished paper product. Let's dive in and see what it's all about. The process of harvesting and chipping wood is the first and crucial step in the paper production process. It starts with selecting a suitable forest area where trees are specifically cultivated and managed for paper production purposes. Tree species like pine, eucalyptus, or poplar are often chosen for their fast growth and high-quality wood. When it's time to harvest, forestry teams use specialized tools and equipment such as chainsaws, excavators, and automatic saws to fell the trees. The trees are then cut into shorter logs for easier transportation. The logs are stripped of their bark to remove impurities and unnecessary parts before they are transported to the paper mill. At the mill, the chipping process begins. The logs are fed into chipping machines, where they are ground into smaller pieces, commonly known as wood chips. These wood chips are then screened to ensure consistent size, facilitating the next steps in the paper production process. The wood chips are then transferred to storage, ready for the pulping process, which is the next phase in paper manufacturing. This harvesting and chipping process plays a vital role in ensuring a stable and high-quality raw material supply for paper production. After the wood is chipped into small pieces, these wood chips are fed into a large pressurized vessel known as a digester. During this process, strong chemicals like caustic soda or sodium sulfide are used to separate cellulose, the primary component of paper, from lignin, the substance that binds wood fibers together. The pulping process usually takes several hours, with pressure and temperature carefully controlled to ensure pulp quality. Once completed, the pulp is separated from the chemicals and other solid waste through thorough washing. At this stage, the pulp may still have a brown or yellowish tint due to residual lignin. To achieve the desired level of whiteness, the pulp undergoes a bleaching process. This typically involves chemicals like chlorine dioxide, oxygen, or hydrogen peroxide. The pulp is soaked in these chemicals and then thoroughly washed to remove impurities. The bleaching process may be repeated several times to ensure the pulp reaches a pure white and removes all traces of lignin, helping prevent the paper from yellowing over time. After bleaching, the pulp is either stored or further processed to create different types of paper. The pulping and bleaching process requires strict chemical control and environmental safety, ensuring the pulp meets the highest quality standards without causing harm to the surrounding environment. After the pulp preparation step is completed, the raw materials and additives will be fed into the modern paper-making machine system. The process begins with preparing the pulp. The pulp is mixed with water to create a dilute mixture, resembling a thin soup, called slurry. The dilution level of the slurry is crucial as it directly impacts the thickness and structure of the final paper product. Additives like starch and coloring agents may also be introduced at this stage to achieve desired characteristics for the paper. The dilute pulp mixture is pumped onto a continuous moving belt system known as the foredrinier. This belt moves continuously while the pulp is evenly spread across its surface. At this point, water begins to drain through the mesh, leaving a thin layer of cellulose on the belt. This is the first step in forming the paper. As the belt continues to move, the wet paper web is transferred through a series of large rollers, each designed to squeeze water out of the paper. This pressing process helps increase the rigidity and strength of the paper. Next, the paper goes through a series of heated rollers, producing heat to dry the paper completely. After the paper has dried, it may have a slightly uneven surface. To flatten and add shine, the paper is run through rollers known as calendars. This process helps the paper achieve a smooth surface and consistent thickness. Sometimes, a thin coating layer is also applied to create a glossy finish or enhance the paper's printability. Once the paper has achieved the desired quality, it is rolled into large reels. These paper reels are then cut into standard sizes, like A4. The cutting process must be extremely precise to ensure uniform size and thickness across the sheets. After cutting, the paper is bundled into reams and prepared for distribution. Before the finished paper product leaves the factory, it undergoes a stringent quality control process. Attributes like whiteness, thickness, and durability are inspected to ensure the product meets industry standards. If the paper meets the requirements, it is shipped to distributors, retailers, and eventually to consumers.